let's get it started. So how you guys doing, man? Once again, hold on. Shit. Oh man. Okay. So how you guys doing? My bad. Just little technical difficulties. I think I gave everybody permission.
You
You guys
break
can.
up,
I'm breaking up.
yeah, a little bit, but you good now. But if you're breaking up, I'll let you know. I'll go like this.
Okay. All right. So let's see. Yeah, this is kind of like not my first time using Zoom, but this is my first time trying to record on Zoom and kind of use the
Mm,
platform for
mm,
all it can do. So this is my kind of first experience with recording and everything on it. But I just definitely wanted to kick it with you guys because you're expats on this side of the globe,
mm.
and I think the only person we might be missing is Which Way Shaw. I probably forgot to
Mm.
invite him, but that would have probably also been interesting too. So maybe next time we link up, and maybe we'll try to get everybody on screen and just talk about house and how's it going, your experiences, and get people out here who maybe not know all of us get a chance to know because I think it's the we were there kind of thing.
Mm.
And just to give a little insight on from our perspective on the culture, house, hip hop, or whatever. You know what I mean? From our point of view, I think it's very important.
Mm.
So we linked up with Byron already. Byron came out here to Germany. Was He had a very good experience. I hope I have to let him tell you about his experience a little bit more, but yeah. So
No, I mean, it's just I think, me, I'm a cut to the chase dude. So yeah, I mean, right now there's been there's a lot of things on stage as far as, questionings of paradigms. And it's I guess many years ago my expectation was that people who sort of valued the culture and valued sort of how rich and beautiful a thing it is, outside of the entertainment of it, outside of the, what I think are kind of the easy gains. You can't do this, I can do this. It's just, basically just invest more. I think now you have a generation of people who probably, especially now, probably culturally need a lot of what allowed us to sustain, in general, you know what I'm saying, beyond a couple of steps. And I'm interested to see going forward.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
question I have for everybody in the room is, how do you feel about the battles?
I mean, it's entertaining. It's fun. Look, if you're 15, you're 20 years old, the option is to, play Fortnite or run out and jump around a little bit. All right. Like, essentially, it is that. Like, if you actually want to understand the military, do push-ups, sit-ups, get strong, get a proper diet, get healthy, you won't learn that through Fortnite. But if you want to, like, grab some guns and build some things, then you could play some Call of Duty or do something like that, and you would do something with respect to, something with respect to the military. I game, but I do push-ups. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So, people who don't game talking about gaming, all right, I guess. People who like game talking about push-ups, I don't know, bruh. So, but that's it. That's it for me. I mean, it's not. It's these a little commercial of dance. It's
I mean, okay,
not
we
differently
know
about that.
you guys do feel there is a value in the battles. I mean, because we're coming from, I guess we didn't have, not to say there wasn't battles during our time frame in dance, but not like this, not like in this this kind of we were going to the club. Not only maybe you might get into a cipher and you may have a semi quasi battle, so some sorts, but something like the arena that we're into now, where it's just strictly battle, and the only way they're learning about the culture pretty much is through the battle mentality and not so much the party mentality. So, is there a benefit to the battles? I mean, how do you feel about the battles? I mean, yeah, you told me, expound a little bit more if you could. Is there a benefit for the culture with the battles? Are they learning it? Are the kids learning
I want to bring Mike into this too, because
yeah.
the things that Mike has been doing with house in the dance in general far exceed anything that you can possibly do in the course of a minute. Period. He's looking to address cultural elements that date back to like the 1800s. He's looking to tie things together and leave a legacy that goes forward far beyond any trophy. What makes one desire to, unfortunately, the battle is not set up for that level of investment. It just isn't. And I'm not against battling. Understand. But understand that, so what? Okay? Like, if you're overweight, I keep coming back to this example because I think we've been down this road and it's starting to get kind of dumb. Yeah, if you got a heart condition or something and you play video games all day long, you won't get stronger. It's not the platform for it. Now, I will say that at least for me, house and this entire culture, it's a rich, very very rich place, and a place where you're kind of exposed, you're kind of vulnerable, you're kind of nothing for 5 years, 6 years, easy. Your movement looks funny, you sound funny, people around you are dope. They've been invested. They've been invested in a way that's personal. That's their stories or narratives are interwoven. You don't have that, and that's just that. Now, if your ego can't take that, then all right, you can go to a battle and try some moves. Won't matter. Your heart ain't. You're still overweight. You're trying to take the fast track to something that, unfortunately, also has a very short shelf life. Now, if you look at some of the dancers who we came up under, they're still dancing.
Yeah.
In that, I've been in the battle culture too. There's a whole bunch of those dudes every 5 years, so you never see them again. Why? Why? I mean, you was in this, right? You believe in this culture. Yeah, no, I'm about the culture. Yeah. Okay, cool. If they don't win the next whatever thing, or they don't get called the judge the next whatever thing, how much of this are they putting out there of this element of the culture? Like, how much of this culture are they putting out there constantly? How much of this are they breathing and living and doing and so on and so forth? Because I would love to see that more, but I mean, I'm not. So, and I mean, I love music, so it doesn't really matter to a certain degree. Because I'm like, you do you, whatever path forward. If I'm looking for like a long game, I'm not looking at that. That would be on me because that means I'm an immature idiot. You know, I'm looking at Gatorade like it's a full meal. But you know, if
Yeah.
you want something that, in my opinion, that lasts, that helps define and helps predicate life elements. If you look at your education, look at how you've been raised by your parents and peers, this doesn't come easy. It doesn't come instantly. It requires a bit of requires a relationship with it versus an execution of it. So yeah, I mean, battles are cute, but they're commercials for the dance. They should
Mike?
let you bring you into doing this thing much deeper. And if you want to do this thing much deeper, you have to go to people like Mike who are deeper than you.
Yeah.
Just like that simple.
Yeah, Mike, I wanted to get your perspective on it.
Is basically in accordance with Byron said. But it's like I look at it as like when I first came out to Europe, peace to Shah. I speak to Shah very often. When I ventured to Europe, I didn't come here expecting anything because I understood that in the essence is only going to be found there in the peninsula called New York City or the neighboring brothers and sisters like Jersey. Of course, Jersey is capital in my opinion. But I didn't come here with the expectation of anything. So I basically came with a fresh perspective. And I basically stayed under radar. I didn't really, or contests, pass through and people got to know who I am, but they really don't know who I am. And I did that with reason because I want people to be comfortable around me.
Yeah.
I play chess. So I want to understand who you are. And then if you come out of pocket, then I'll be able to let you know, I was kind of there. But
I think I took the same route you took, Mike.
Not many, but yeah. And with the whole battles thing, which kind of really started, I would say, at the dawn of the millennium. Like, you guys agree with me, more or less?
Yeah.
Right. When I saw that, at first, I wasn't really into it. I said, "Oh, this is Chuck E. Cheese. It's stupid. That's not a battle. Like, we've been in." The knew they won and the loser knew they lost, and it wasn't a judge thing. It was basically, you felt it. I think I lost. And
yeah, he put that fire tonight. He was on fire. Yeah. It's one of them things, like, and you never know who's going to be on fire. That's the whole thing about it. You never know that night who's going to be on fire. Okay, you could guess. Okay, if somebody like Ejo walked in, it's like, okay, well, I went in the circle with Ejo a few times, man, and for me it was like, for me it's like if I get that head nod, then I know that night I had a very, very good night.
You know,
go home and be like, yeah, I was in the ring already with some of the best, and then already showed my skill already. So.
Yeah, so it's said, but it's a whole conversation happening unsaid.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I said, and it's the thing about battling or the club experience. It's there and it floats through the room. But if you try to blow it, you interrupt the transition of that smoke. It's gonna get to you, but it's not something that you rush. So when I looked at the battles, I immediately saw it as an entertainment
Yeah.
element. And I really didn't get so much upset at the youth because they don't know what the club is like. And culture to the dance was the social aspect, was the club. This is basically this is the dance. Outside the technicality, outside everything else, is basically the interaction with people.
Hmm.
And these kids don't have that. And I kind of I empathize with that because they really can't fathom what that feeling is like. So battles. So I always tell people who study with me, especially if they're young, I said, yeah, partake in the battles, but understand that's just one side. Um, it's your choice on whether you want to go deeper into the culture or just stay basically in the bleachers, so to speak. Because the actual field is actually where you're going to find the culture. And it's almost like you go to a baseball or a field slowly expanding. And that's basically what the culture is like. So many people that are now participating in the dance, they're basically in the bleachers. And I say that with events, and over the years, I've seen a downplay of what the battle is, in terms of what it means to be a judge, what it means to be a contestant, um, what does that event entertainment? Yes, is there education aspect as well? These things have been over the years kind of been diluted to just battle, 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 battle. And at one time, there was a feel, a honor moment in being a judge at one point. Like, oh wow, I get to, I feel like I've made it to this point, whatever point that is. Your opinion is valued to that degree that you can judge this event. And for the contestants, there was an excitement. Oh my God, I'm gonna compete. I'm nervous. I have butterflies. Am I gonna lose? Am I gonna win? Or if the winner won, they felt like that they've accomplished something. If the loser lost, they said, okay, you know what? I lost this one, but I'm gonna come back and try again.
Yeah.
It's now, um, personally, I don't do judging battles. I have many offers. I say no to all of them. I say, I'd rather teach than be a judge, because, and they would ask me why. Oh, I think it'll be great, Mike. People can see your experience. And my answer to them would be, if I judge, I'll be lying to you. I'll be lying to the audience. I'll be lying to the contestants, because in reality, they both lost.
Yeah, it's you have 1 minute. You have about
Collecting
like
my money.
what 1 minute and 30 seconds to showcase what you have within that round. About a minute to showcase. Uh,
It's a game. It's a game. It's a game.
Compared to you have from for you guys know that if you go into the shelter, you went in maybe me. I was an early bird. I'm coming from Jersey. I'm trying to get in there like 12 o'clock, so I didn't want to miss anything. I intended to camp out that whole time, so I walked in at 12, and I'm leaving at 12 the next day. You know what I mean? So within that time, you have your moments where you're really getting into the music and the groove. And I don't think one record that a DJ randomly plays and you have 1 minute to actually showcase what you have going on.
No, but I mean,
enough. It's not enough.
No, but we understand that it's a game. It's not real. But with these kids, I try to tell them, or I want the young generation to understand that it's an aspect, but there's also it's a culture first. And it's up to you if you want to respect that it's a culture or not. And stand by the choices you make, because You have kids today who cares nothing about the culture. And I don't take that in a bad way. I just say, okay, that's the path you chose. Just own up to that path. Just understand that. But I was trying to get to a point when I said about the essence of a battle, how the essence is gone. Now, judges are, the judge paneling is crazy. You would have one judge, if you have three judges, one person, they started dancing, maybe they've been dancing for 30 years. You have another judge next to them that's been dancing for maybe 5 years. And then you have the third person that's been dancing for 6 months. And that makes no sense. Then you have, because they're going to get a free video promo that they can post on their Facebook or to advertise themselves. So there really doesn't, it's really not a factor of them winning or losing. And in a way, they really don't care about the judges. Events I've seen have diluted from, you have a workshop to now there's no workshop, just the battle. You have the party and the workshop and workshop. And when I did go to events in terms of judging and I would teach, I would say I would have maybe like, I remember one event in particular, I had 15 people that took the workshop, 15. And when the battle came, there were almost 200 contestants for the house segment. So I said, okay, you 200 people, you basically didn't come to the class. You're coming for the battle. So, and another thing that this battle era has created is the fact of house is easy. All you have to, if I sit and I watch on YouTube, let's say if I watch personally, I've never danced, don't know this dance, know nothing about it, know nothing about house dance conference, know nothing about phasals, know nothing about I can go on and on. And I sit and I can watch Adjustable, or I can watch a house dance forever in Amsterdam, or I can watch whatever events that there is, and I see 5 battles. I can fairly say I can do house.
Yeah.
Because everyone, it's almost like 5 people, they have the same exact voice, same exact timbre, same exact cadence in their speaking dialect.
And it's immature.
Which to me is hilarious, because that's impossible. So that there's a problem. So I tell people, I say, I don't want to be biased, but I think house is now its own machine. Clubbing to me is probably one of the hardest art forms to truly own or say you know how to do, because it's ever changing. And when I say it's ever changing depending on who you are as an individual. It's not just about the technique of the body physicality. It's about, first, music knowledge, because I think club dancers, I want to say house, but I mean clubbing. The real house dancer has the most sophisticated ear in all of dancing. And I don't want to sound biased. I really don't. I have respect for locking. I have respect for hip hop. I have respect for b-boying. I have respect for modern. I have respect for ballet, classical, jazz. But I think the genre that we're in, the art form, the music is so diverse that you can't even see it panoramically speaking, because us as dancers, we can dance to the Doors, we can dance to Red Hot Chili Peppers. We can dance to Jimi Hendrix. We can dance to Tribe Called Quest. We can dance to Jamiroquai. We can dance to the Chicago Jazz Ensemble. We can dance to Pat Metheny. We can dance to Miles Davis. We can dance to Steely Dan. We can dance to Joni Mitchell. The spectrum of that, we can basically contour our rhythmic expectations and our mentality and basically react to that. The ones that are the young kids up to date that are taking house, all they know is when you have that, it's not a lot you have to go on. So I don't hate the battles. I really don't, because I do understand that these kids, they need an outlet. The social aspect of dancing. And yes, you could say, yeah, the battle is social, you know, we're all together. No, I mean, dancing together, having a conversation, sitting, enjoying the music, enjoying the moment that you're in, instead of wanting to say, okay, I'm just basically here to see if I won or not. Pre-selection's gone. Oh, I didn't make it. Oh, you know what? I just left the turkey in the oven. I got to go take it out. Oh, you know, I think I heard my mother call me. No, stay and have a good time. So I want them to understand that it's the experience. It's not the destination. The destination is the experience. You know, that's the journey. You know, and I think these kids, some could care less, and I respect it, but some. And I want to say it's kind of changing. Some are now, and if I should give like a demographic age range, maybe 13, 14. This generation is beginning to ask, okay, Mike, I've seen the YouTube videos, I've seen the dance, but where does it come from? Because I understand that dancer is great, but I went to that person's class, or I saw this battle, and I was doing pas de bourrée for nice to know what can I do outside of that pas de bourrée. So I think that generation that I'm speaking on is now more curious to understand the essence of it. They can never capture it like us, that we've actually seen the element, but they at least want to understand it a bit, or at least sympathize with it, or get to understand what are you thinking about when you dance. When I saw you dance, I didn't see a routine. I saw a language, right? And I think the older generation, that, and I'm talking about the late 20s, the early 30s, some of them, when they saw the dance and they actually experienced it, it was the depth of it. Some of them and say, whoa, that's kind of deep. I don't think I want to go that deep. I think I want to stay here because everyone else is kind of here too. So I don't really want to jump in.
Yeah.
And I think I want to put a differentiation between clubbing and house, if I may, for something, because I've seen a lot of this word clubbing going around, and it's cute. I like it. It's cute. I get it. You know, everybody needs a gimmick. It, you know, McDonald's. In my opinion, if you can consider yourself a clubber, if you've actually seen it in real time, if you were actually there, it doesn't matter what point, if you were actually there in the club to experience the lights, the music, and I don't mean the club with the drink in your hand, I mean the club where basically the dancer is the one that, not the DJ, not the bar, but the dancer. Everyone is there. Oh my God, what are they doing? This is amazing. And they could care less who you are. And we really don't care who they are either. That's club. That's clubbing. If you are a house dancer, chances are you probably learned in the studio with a mirror. You learn with the 5, 6, 7, 8 concept. If you're a house dancer, can you become a club dancer? Absolutely. What are the elements? Just understand that music is involved, people, and you understanding who you are as an individual. Then you can consider yourself a club dancer. If you don't have these 3 elements, you're a house dancer. And to clarify for the recording aspect, a house dancer, in my opinion, I don't want to speak for any of these 3 gentlemen here, in front of a mirror, and someone taught them a pas de bourrée for like 90 minutes and said, now you got the foundation and basics, now you're a house dancer. I could be wrong, but that's just how I see it. I'm only human.
Okay, I want to welcome my man Kevin. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I want to welcome my man Kevin. Your audio is out. He came in on the last 10 minutes. We got about like 6 minutes left on this. But this is very, very good. Question I got for you guys is, since we only have 6 minutes left, when's a good time you guys want to link up again? Maybe we can throw another subject out and talk. Is Sunday too early for you guys? It seems like I'm taking a stab at Kevin right now because he's late. Your audio is out. Your audio. Check your audio. Your audio is.
Gotta turn the microphone on.
You gotta turn your microphone on, Kev. Your mic's out. You gotta look.
Yeah, I mean.
When's a good time you guys think we can link again, and maybe we can invite Which Way Shaw on here?
Yeah, we could do.
In on Kev what he missed out on. I'm here.
Okay, Kev, your audio's on now.
Yeah, it's on now. It's on now. How's everybody doing?
Pretty good. Peace.
How's your sleep?
It was good. I was just chilling in the bed. I thought it was my alarm. I'm like, what the?
Oh yeah. Yeah. So I mean, you think we guys do?
Because I think Mike touched on some really important points.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I think
restart.
Yeah, and when we get to the 5-minute mark, I'll pick up one or something like that.
We're 4:49 right now, but I mean, when do you guys think we can link up again and have a?
No, I'm saying let's do it right now.
Okay, do another session.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we all here.
So what you'll have to do would be, Kev will probably have to start it because you can't.
I won't be able to start it again.
Someone else will have to start it.
Kev, do you know how to start your? Can you think you can navigate your way to start?
Zoom? I'll start one. Don't worry about it.
Okay, you start one. This is cool. Yeah, man. My opinion on, I don't know, man. For some reason, for the vocabulary purposes for clubbing, I don't know why I never wanted to associate myself with a what it was a taunt for me where I'm at in Jersey. Where I was dressing and everything like that, which was totally different than everybody else, because you guys know already, to get in the club, you didn't want to look too much like a thug getting inside the club. So a lot of my outfits was jabots and, silver rings and stuff like that, and just little obscured from, different from what they were dressing like locally. And I got kind of teased. They were like, hey, clubber. So I was like, always like kind of had this thing, like I didn't want to be called a clubber. And also, I always thought
that was a good thing.
Yeah, and I always thought that I made a distinction. Okay, well, club heads is I understood the vocabulary, but then I'm like, club is for would be like the Euro, and what I'm going to is like I would just consider just underground, even though they were playing house and I know where it's come from. I was like, this is underground for me. It's house music, but I know this is the underground scene that I'm dealing with. And the clubbing aspect.
Not to cut you off, but in my opinion, clubbers, we're talking about 90s.
Yeah, 90s.
Realistically.
Yeah. But I hated, and like I said, from where I was at, I was getting it was a different connotation for me. I was getting like from the hip hop heads, I'm getting teased with it. So it was like, oh, I don't want to, it was just funny. But definitely, I was a club head. So there's no doubt about that, man. No doubt about that. But the battle scene for me right now, just to touch on it real quick for the last 2 minutes, I think it's good. It has its pluses and cons. For the new generation, they get to learn a little bit about what we were doing and how we were creating the actual the steps and stuff like that for the battle, and how we got people like Sekou that's taking a step so far back to get to the original form of the steps and everything like that. And I think it's a good way to keep the culture alive as far as this side of the hemisphere. And to build on it. I mean, you have a chance to build on it if the person who's winning the battle kind of knows a little bit of history is even better. That's always a plus. But yeah, I think it helps out a lot that we do have battles here. It's just that we definitely need, like Mike said, we definitely need to make sure that we have the a workshop element on there too. Because it's a little bit of it helps out with the basics as well as a clubbing. That's why I really do like House Dance Forever, because at least John gives you those a chance to experience all three elements. So yeah, that's just my take on it. It's okay. It can be it could be a problem too. So it's not always that great, but battles. But in the end of the day, it's good for the youth here in Europe. Russia and Asia, they get well, Asia's had a long history with house already, a little bit longer than I would say Europe. Europe actually had a long history with it, but it's just not as, they didn't really get a chance. They went right into the battles, it seems like. So.
We get into that one in a second, because
that's okay. So we're gonna restart one. So I'm
gonna start one up. I'll call you guys in it, and then we get into this Europe.
The Facebook Messenger, send us the details in that, and we'll click in. All right.
All right, I'm here.
All right. So next meeting. Peace.
Peace.